So here we stand in the aftermath of the holiday season, and I hope that you had a fantastic one, okay? I hope that you had no problem doing all of your shopping, all of your gifts were well received, and you in turn also received adequate compensation. And if you didn't, well, it sucks to suck, I guess. Maybe you should have just taken the 5-finger discount like happened in some of these large cities. I think that this will be very interesting. These cities saw the biggest jumps in retail theft from pre-pandemic until today, with New York City, Los Angeles, and Virginia Beach leading the way. Color me surprised. Okay, I would have thought that Chicago would have been up there, but then at the same time, throughout all of 2023, we've seen how many big box retailers just decided to jettison the second city, leaving the old hopping on the breeze and checking out of the windy city. Anyways, cities across the United States have seen a huge increase in retail theft since 2019, with New York City and Los Angeles suffering the most. There have been 8,453 more shoplifting incidents across 24 cities in the first half of 2023 as compared to the same period in 2019, according to data from the Council on Criminal Justice. Oh, somebody was, oh no, we're looking at crime statistics. Are you going to get into other uncomfortable data sets? Oh no. Crime-ridden New York City has been has seen the biggest impact, with a 64% increase in retail theft, followed by Los Angeles with 61%, and Virginia Beach, Virginia, yeah, we know, which has seen a 44% rise. Virginia Beach, yeah, that one's interesting, but then you also know that, the entire state, at least the northern part of Virginia, is basically a suburb for Washington, D.C. If you know anything about the demographic breakdowns of Washington, D.C., it all starts to make a lot more sense. Dallas, Raleigh, North Kakalaki round off the top 5 with an increase of shoplifting of 20 and 19% respectively. Yo! But other cities have seen levels of crime reduced dramatically, including St. Petersburg, Florida. Interesting, which enjoyed a 78% fall in theft, and Minnesota, Twin Cities, St. Paul, and Minneapolis. I'm sorry, lower crime in the Twin Cities. Holy, that's something that I didn't see coming. Dropping at 65 and 57% respectively. And yeah, no, it's just, some desperate fathers just needing to steal some bread to feed their families, right? I think that's what it is. But okay, yeah, taking a look at the rest of this. Boston, of course, when they're not too busy barring white people from going to the holiday parties. They're up 12%, and then another increase in Pittsburgh at 8%. Well, there's nothing else to do. You have to fill the time somewhere between waiting for Steelers games. Chattanooga down 1%. San Francisco down 5%. Well, there's probably nothing left to steal. Lincoln, Nebraska, Memphis, Tennessee, Chicago, yeah, down 13%. Again, nothing open. Nashville, yeah, you hear great things about Nashville. Denver, Seattle, Cincinnati, Chandler, Little Rock, Colorado Springs, Austin, St. Louis. Yeah, man, St. Louis is one of those under-the-cover absolute shitholes in the United States. A deeply red state, but a sapphire blue city. Oh, that's what you end up getting. But it's good to see some of those things end up turning around. It's crazy, actually, to see. Yeah, man, there they are, just, muffins, some beef jerky, something like that, to tide the kids over, right? That's obviously what's inside those duffel bags, of course. Yeah, they're Macy's. They just needed plates and cutlery in order to serve the food. Come on now, don't be bigots. It's racist to point that out. The Council on Criminal Justice has tracked the changing rates of crime in large U.S. cities since the pandemic, reporting cases of shoplifting rebounded since they fell dramatically in 2020, and New York City saw the 64% rise in mid-2019 to mid-2023. Wow, just when you thought that Bill de Blasio was in fact the worst mayor that New York City would ever have, make way for Eric Adams. There were 11,000 more retail thefts in the Big Apple during this period. Holy, the most in any city in the study. Probably more than several cities combined. Holy. New York Police Department has been continuing to battle growing wave of thefts at pharmacies. Checks out. Department stores. Checks out again. And even jewelry stores. Even jewelry stores. Did you have to affix that adjective to jewelry? Even jewelry. I'm shocked by even jewelry stores, huh? Come on. The gang of masked men stole $2 million worth of gems in less than a minute during a brazen smash and grab in a Brooklyn jewelry store. Yeah, you're going to have to go ahead and narrow that down. Obviously, that was from some of the stills that we've seen a little bit earlier, but if we're going to get to the bottom of that stuff, you're going to have to narrow it down to maybe like a day or maybe a half a day. because we see videos like that all the time, honestly. Shocking footage showed the hooded brutes. Oh, okay. You say hooded brutes, I say bash their way through cases with hammers before stuffing the goods into a large bag. According to Mayor Eric Adams, nearly a third of all shoplifting arrests involved the same 327 seasoned criminals. Why are they back out on the street? Oh yeah, shout out bail reform. Adams announced a new plan in May that involved a streamlined way for businesses to report shoplifting to the New York Police Department. Yeah, just call 912. It doesn't connect you anywhere, but you'll feel better if you can vocalize your problems. Established a neighborhood retail watch program. Fantastic. And created a specialized task force to respond to shoplifting incidents. Okay, cool. That's where you put all the rookie cops who are just, I don't know, they're just trying to get their hours in. Los Angeles recorded the second largest increase, 61%, 5,662 cases reported in the first half of 2023. That's amazing, compared to 3,518 until June of 2019. Yo. Southern California, SoCal City saw a shocking 109.99% increase in the first 6 months of this year. 6 months. I just only imagine how crazy things are going to get in the second half. Why bother with, well, I don't know. They're work gloves, so you know that they're not exactly well worn, but why bother with all of that stuff? We know who's behind the mask. Come on now, don't make it any more difficult than what it needs to be. In September, a group of flash mob thieves were seen storming into a Los Angeles Macy's department store and Northridge Mall before filling their bags with $20,000 worth of perfume. No, salad dressing. Come on now. It's just food that they steal. Cell phone video of the crime showed several men dressed in dark hoodies and blue medical face masks. See, they're just trying to maintain social distancing, so that's why everybody spread out across the Macy's, loading up with bags of what appeared to be cologne and perfume merchandise. I remember seeing that video. Virginia Beach also saw a 44% rise, while Dallas recorded a 20% increase, and Raleigh suffered 19% rise. Yeah, we went through all the stats there anyways. The figures is a staggering 35,000 higher than a retail theft reported during 2020. Number of shoplifting incidences nationwide is projected to reach 112,368 by the end of 2023, which is the highest since 2018. Counsel for Criminal Justice gave multiple possible explanations. Well, I got one, but I don't think you're going to like it, including an increase in bail reform laws. That one's actually true and not a meme, at which stores report retail theft. Yes, the study shows the median value of goods stolen is around $75 in 2019 to $100 in 2021. Well, you know, Biden inflation affects everybody. What do we got, like the top 12 right there? But yeah, no, dastardly flyover states, though. It's kind of crazy. They're just generally unaffected. Strange. Shoplifting incidents, which involved assault or other crime, rose 9% from 2019 to 2021. However, store assaults were 7% lower, in the first half of 2023 compared to the same period in 2022. Now, because, well, everybody's just taught, okay, if somebody's going to come in and steal a bunch of stuff, what do you do with that? You just back off, walk away. Don't do anything. It's not your stuff. This creates such a low trust society. And well, you can only anticipate that these numbers are going to get worse. And if things don't change, a report from the National Retail Foundation found that shrink, yes, that's the insider term of what ends up happening when you when you have goods that don't end up getting purchased. Okay, what happens to those? It's called shrink. Total losses incurred by retailers rose by $20 billion in a year to an eye-watering $112.2 billion in 2022. Holy. And with up to 70% of those losses accounted by theft, it means shoplifters stole approximately $78.4 billion worth of product. Holy. Retailers have always been vulnerable to shoplifting, but in recent years, an emergence of coordinated and organized robberies at stores. Remember, guys, it all started with those goofy little flash mobs, right? Like, it was just the dance crews that would just show up in malls, and then somebody decide, hey, yo, them white people is crazy. We'd be out there doing all them flash mobs. We could actually, get us some work, okay? Go grab the shiesty. We about to head out, eh? But yeah, I guess we're definitely at a place where you got places like Target, CVS, Dwayne Reed, Walgreens putting everything behind plexiglass cases, from Q-tips to razor blades, locking everything up. You have to have your own chaperone to go shopping. Used to be a point in time where it was cool to have your own personal shopper, but in this case, okay, if you need to go down to the corner store, you need to go ahead and get yourself a hall pass. What's going to end up turning the tide on this? How are we as a society going to stem this tide and make the change? I'm just going to throw it out there. I think there needs to be harsher penalties, buttressed with an enhanced castle doctrine where if you're under the control of it, you have the right. You have the right to go ahead and defend yourself, your property, or the property that is under your charge. You have every single right to defend it to the fullest extent to go ahead and neutralize that threat. I'm thinking if we get something close to that, we might see an actual downturn in theft, because a lot of these people, man, they just pick easy marks, okay? There's a reason that they case out these joints. They know the easiest times to go, and then they show up in numbers. But the moment that somebody wants to take their defense of themselves and their products seriously, yeah, them cowards are definitely going to fly out. Because you see that, again, the moment, okay, if anybody tries this stuff in Texas, there's a reason that only Dallas is on that list, okay? It's because the moment that they hear, okay, they scatter. They scatter to the four winds. More states, more cities, if more individuals decide to carry on that old tradition as enshrined by the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution, then we'd actually see some real change out there. But is that going to happen in a Democrat-controlled city like the top 5 locations that lead in shoplifting? Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath. So go ahead, okay, if you want to keep yourself safe, stop voting Democrat. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.